Big Oil left most of the Brooklyn waterfront decades ago, but the industry's legacy still bubbles to the surface on Newtown Creek. Beneath the industrial yards and townhouses of Brooklyn's Greenpoint section lies an underground oil slick spread out over an area as big as 41 football fields, containing more petroleum than the Exxon Valdez dumped off the Alaskan coast. The details of how so much oil got in the ground are still something of a mystery, but ExxonMobil accepted responsibility for much of the damage in 1990 and has been pumping oil from the neighborhood's water table ever since. The cleanup, though, has been painfully slow. More than half of the 17 million gallon spill is still thought to be in the ground. A number of local families say their patience has finally run out. More than 20 people who live above the oil filed a lawsuit in December, claiming the underground plume is releasing foul-smelling fumes that could be toxic or flammable. Soil tests conducted this summer by the environmental group Reprieves suggested the spill might be emitting benzene gas, which can cause leukemia, and methane, which can explode in a confined space. The tests were scientifically inconclusive, but the results still struck fear among residents. They were further incensed by a Department of Environmental Conservation estimate that the mop-up would take another 20 years.
The kinds of vapors we've seen, and we actually did some drilling on our own and found benzene vapors. Benzene is a known carcinogen, and methane gas, which is explosive in the right conditions, or the wrong conditions, depending on your perspective. And either of those two things getting into people's homes is an unacceptable situation. And the company, ExxonMobil, hasn't done a single study to determine whether or not a single home in this area is actually impacted by these problems.
They're telling us it's going to be 20 years, another 20 years before they're able to clean up. I'm not satisfied with that. We have to do this faster, and we have to clean it up now, as quickly as possible and as quickly as the technology permits. And if it costs more money, then so be it. I think last quarter ExxonMobil made $30 billion. They can afford it.
What I say to those residents is we respect you. We do not believe that your health or your property values are subject to damage, that we are taking all reasonable steps to remediate, that we can take consistent with our obligations under law and consistent with the technology that's out there, and that we will take whatever reasonable steps we can take to assure that that continues in the future.
The assurances aren't likely to end the legal battle. The families are represented by the California law firm Girardi and Keese, which brought in celebrity anti-pollution crusader Aaron Brockovich to recruit more plaintiffs. They are seeking unspecified damages against Exxon and two other oil giants, Chevron and BP.